Hi, I'm just plugging my nose. Got a runny nose. Because it's that season, I guess. But, finished a work day-ish. I got some books in there. That's good. But, more importantly, I was entertained by the TTS today. I was so pleased at this new level of dramatic stage reading. It's going to be the over the top to the version ones undertone. Let's test it out together. Look. Now.
The Dork Forest with Niles grew a pair. Merlinowski episode whenever. Hey, coming to you from the prismatic SRO in a disclosed Brooklyn location near the Carvels. It's Niles, and I'm folding laundry. So I hope you have an equally pressing project at your side, because I may be a while. But that's not going to stop me from updating you on the current happenings, both inside and outside the Merlinowski pad. First things first. Remember my discussion about the strange absence of P? Places in our current life experiences, like supermarkets full of affordable stuff to choose from with free samples, even though some people died without tasting something which had to be done only days before now, and nobody remembered to bake something tasty for any occasion for dinner ever again. You should, because it got more specific. There'd been nothing between my knees, under my feet, and indeed nowhere were these words used on my left leg. It's all over your foot, too. There was just one more thing we hadn't touched. The Dork Forest with Niles grew a pair. Merlinowski episode whenever. Hey, coming to you from the prismatic SRO in a disclosed Brooklyn location near the Carvels. It's Niles, and I'm folding laundry. So I hope you have an equally pressing project at your side, because I may be a while. But that's not going to stop me from updating you on the current happenings, both inside and outside the Merlinowski pad. First things first. Remember my discussion about the strange absence of P? Places in our current life experiences, like supermarkets full of affordable stuff to choose from with free samples, even though some people die without tasting something which had to be done only days before now, and nobody remembered to bake something tasty for any occasion for dinner ever again. You should, because it got more specific. There'd been nothing between my knees, under my feet, and indeed nowhere were these words used on my left leg. It's all over your foot, too. There was just one more thing we hadn't touched.
Ethan?
Also, why is the Beetle tried to get rid of their newspapers with multiple versions of the same headline, but then missed out all the different windows that show up within all the places we go, including places off the normal earthbound trackways? There's no more departure times for the Goldlister supermarket. I missed our week-long shopping days in there. Always enough time to get every item at the cheapest possible price. It just took time. Away from your life. I haven't seen this kind of stupidity since I left the little place called Inquisitor's Digestive Inquirers many years ago, where the old man used to stand at the counter near the end of the cash register holding what seemed like a vacuum tube with its power cord wrapped it around one leg. Oh, hello, Ma. Would you want our class picture in the corner of today's page? Well, we've discovered something extraordinary. Let me be very clear about this. Never make your child sit close to your side today and again tomorrow, as long as we stay indoors for this account. But give them some new colored pencil or piece of crayon to express themselves fully tonight as they pretend that one object or another might exist as real food, if only in front of their faces. Never mind all the dangerous dangers of everything else on pain of. There's no more departure times for the Godlister supermarket.
Why?
I missed our week-long shopping days in there. Always enough time to get every item at the cheapest possible price. It just took time. Away from your life. I haven't seen this kind of stupidity since I left that little place called Inquisitor's Digestive Inquirers many years ago, where the old man used to stand at the counter near the end of the cash register holding what seemed like a vacuum tube with its power cord wrapped it around one leg. Oh. Hello, Ma. Would you want our class picture in the corner of today's page? Well, we've discovered something extraordinary. Let me be very clear about this. Never make your child sit close to your side today and again tomorrow, as long as we stay indoors for this account. But give them some new colored pencil, one piece of crayon to express themselves fully tonight as they pretend that one object or another might exist as real food, if only in front of their faces. Never mind, old T. He dangerous dangers of everything else on pain of. What happens when you complain that people sometimes carry these strange things around in paper boxes and baggies they might buy? What do we do about this strange awareness on the part of some little geniuses, huh? Reminds me about those pictures drawn with shavings from books that supposedly date all the way back to some particular disaster we may only later get wind of. Anyway, the guy at the counter will now take your payment along with today's receipt. Press the ink digits on a vinyl strip that go underneath. You have 10 seconds to pull it forward gently enough for the sensor to read its presence, along with an ever-present chance that you made out with the beetle or there had been a clerical error when you were ushered from one building's doorway into a different doorway, going down halls blindfolded without any desire whatsoever to play hide and seek with the beetle, where their hand presses this strange square below our door that actually makes every new world inside move faster than our original apartment for as many days as I say. Time stopped for 3 days between me being introduced to our laundry room, where it seemed I was only just returning And these latest conversations of ours, which began unannounced and snowballed into an argument between my window washing tool and a pitcher's mug I found lying around. What to wash first? According to Mom, what could clean up your kitchen more quickly? Hand towel? Dishes? It was decided in no time at all, but watch out who takes the TV remote next year, since they haven't quite fixed its spell that confuses our young minds. And do you believe that the super is the only one who can load our laundry cards? And he's on 3-week vacation with no one working under him to give us access to the laundry machines in his stead. What are we? Animals? No, I kid you not. Wait. Hey, wait! Here we go. As if it were always dark for these brief periods only after the holidays, always meaning the same person disappears forever from somewhere near this corner of the yard, or so our youthful memories try to recall them later. Or rather admit they don't recall a single thing about that being away from this shed. These machines were very pleasant during our 30 years. I hope Niles, oh my god, these fucking tweezers feel great too. Should have remembered that pleasure immediately. Funny. No, it isn't funny. Sure. Grab a fresh cup of hot coffee whenever you're feeling blue. Get yourself some free donuts if you haven't already eaten yours out of hand, and never mention this again. And be sure to clean that Keurig machine, because the last thing the next person using it after you wants is the hint of your Franken coffee made from the coffee water of the 8 previous batches. Also, maybe mix up some wildberry tea while you're at it. Fuck you for saving us a second cup of coffee. We will pay in your loss by receiving a taste of all sorts of herbal mixtures. Today weather was the shit for back room or an embarrassing use of our fag brownies like we could probably agree to forget at this moment. So easy with old friends who survived for months without any sign of your ass running around and delivering food ordered elsewhere. Fresh breads purchased by other people you simply couldn't do anything about. Now there's someone who eats alone everywhere they go, shuts themselves away behind wooden walls now that everyone else's dirty laundry seems to have migrated with a different order to be washed and put away finally. And now, a dispatch from the food courier mines. You know what grinds my balls? When some teen girl psychic covering for her mom gets all bored and orders a medium French fries and I have to dash for her fucking door. But my blisters are howling so it's a brisk walk to get it to her. Knowing she is going to be disappointed. Bitch, you're psychic. You should have seen stale fries far along the horizon. Even echolocation can point you that shit out. Now bow deep enough to prevent her from registering a complaint. Psychics. Magic's douchewaiter. Oh my god, I haven't played Liars and Cheaters for days. And now the unrepaired flipper has broken again. Whirling off and around the yard twice, making my younger brother Jody eat gravel or die. There hasn't been much else to write down for a long time, which was exactly the reason why I took our little game online for Niall's Nerdy News Night Tonight segment, and also the very next time we meet I'm gonna dig you guys out of your piles and piles of shit until you cannot distinguish yourselves from our wonderful local tomcats. Now wait, that last sentence came out all wrong. Sorry. Make better sense if you happen to meet a raccoon singing the theme song of that musical about the RCA company that's no longer in business. Call into the show and guess what that musical is. And the winner shall be granted a boon courtesy of yours truly. Meaning meat, Niles. Oh yeah, just call into. Wow! First time we've been scheduled. Not one single change to what we all like. Lots more chores assigned, and as I told someone yesterday before locking eyes with the Beetle, it's not like we want to think up some new idea each episode or listen to a pre-recorded story you already heard sitting home reading a book on vacation or shopping instead of working because... Fuck these routines, because this place has got us all believing all those other lives we watched on telly seemed less predictable at the very least. Oh look, they added an old West wagon train setup. Isn't that cute? 2 days before Thanksgiving break. break. Hey, wait a second now. Who am I fooling? 5,000 years ago, our ancestors decided that would be the day to eat your grandpa when he became completely stupid, and then hit him on his head with a wrench every morning because he can't read or write or say things he never wanted to say, like, "Oh, thank God," "Oh, thank Jesus." Let's find him and shut him up because he sucks. But the present tense doesn't come in so well when you have to bang some piece of metal into somebody else's skull over the course of 2 years while laughing just too damn loud and innocent the whole damn time before I go back to work cutting sheets of granite on the big old rock hammer. So don't expect another quick post that finds everything was for naught after all. It's about the breaks between the years since we're sort of homesick while also getting even homes. God, I miss the town of Bedrock. Yes, my viewers, I'm truly that old. About as old as 156 Gandalfs. The latest upgrade is to meet me randomly while driving by, or perhaps while cruising aimlessly around to kill more time. Wherever there are likely to be thousands of witnesses and a news team bossed in and prepared with questions prepared for me. Wonderful technology. Look at what the good people at RCA have given me, because really the only things more powerful than men with computers against us right now is, for instance, that God hates us. I kid you not. Never mind being around four old folks that come right out and tell one thing. Being told to play a game. Yes. And no matter how good a player I try to become today, this is your chance to beat Niles. That cat has only got one card again. Eunesius. If that doesn't tickle your fancy, we can always do dominoes. Now, if you dare attempt to ignore the demands of these minor children from our new television age, I fear I'll start ignoring yours when they suddenly threaten violence until everyone runs down their battery capacity for missing another one of my reports, like many others did this last year, despite having jiggled both legs nearly into and out of oblivion far before that. No worries, because you will at least hear about where I would really be going, since all the rage nowadays is telling stories. No, sir. He isn't sleeping like he's supposed to because someone sent him into another place where very rarely there's nothing to do but dawdle until someone unexpectedly stabbed you in the brain with a question maker if you wish to cross back over for details on what happens across here when the owner never needs sleep. That's right. My doctors have approved my Vyvanse prescription. I'm on generic Vyvanse, baby. And on the cheap, before your morning cup of coffee as you head to work. Are you awake already? And will any of this impress you except to make it seem like all roads lead everywhere? You'll want to learn all the same things just before I go. I really do enjoy watching my television while saying something like, "Wow, how's he talking now?" And might even change your mind while looking stupid enough so that people may simply conclude you hate him in life and voice a final thought of narcolepsy. One such nasty comment last year along these lines drew over 20,000 emails mentioning Benny's narcolepsy. Since Benny saw the power in being listened to, he would put together some helpful hints from those comments. Use up a bit of dead time standing outside your washing machine hoping for an inside peek at whatever. It's underneath, and if I fall asleep coming in to ask if you took notes yet, then I see you, my viewer. Might as well decide now if you care so little about your future. This is someone you wouldn't hire in the first place without another plan anyway. Be thankful. Who knows if the beetle ever finds himself in a position to reward the wrongdoer later, even if they discover just a small mistake, because why not pretend I don't know what you're up to? You're blowing this thing wide open when I finally find the good time to catch you, but hey, I'm still trapped under this boulder. Oh yeah, here comes one. My daughter, yes, you may feel a strong desire to say, "Oh my God," after glancing over where Mom okay. How rude of me. Here she goes. Dad, you were supposed to be at the restaurant hours ago. Mom left. What's this thing and why are you under it like some Hades-bound puss? This rock's interesting. Seems to be broken everywhere. Although I won't touch any part of this creaturely block until we can talk calmly instead of, for instance, outstretching a claw with glee like so much useless energy just rolls past now on television from another generation, only knowing to want to shake hands by saying, "Do you know how to say goodbye?" We already know each other real well. I should probably wash this hand right away, too. In the meantime, and before your momentary lapse of self-control leaves us wondering whatever happened to that human mother of mine who would have whipped some kind of dad backside during the bluster and gossip. But really, no wonder at all a city father needs all his skills if you want to talk about girls wanting something important happening now but expecting to always. Get the pizza party version of what they want, which is never a reflection of the real thing. But guess again, these days you are lucky if you even meet girls needing 4 wheels before talking fast enough to never get pregnant. Why would an agency trying to recruit skilled individuals prefer dealing with unemployed married men? Unattended pregnancies, and children they can give to someone else to raise them, perhaps. Any young lady is being conditioned these days to shun marriage since. Who am I kidding? Unless her needs happen to match the highest quality life demanded by a whole civilization, including superiors in academia taking breaks to help out those keeping them fed. And suddenly one man seems worthy enough of all that hope, while a jobless nerd dad has nothing to offer as he sets a girl back where she once was. Oh, and guess again, because wait. Until all the old wrinkled handmaids of Rome call you lame brain. I forgot where I was going with that. She goes. Yeah, of course you did. She goes! Surprise! You're back! You're really never going to get done if you just stand there. There you go, Mr. Stoneface, with all the fur behind your face these days. Isn't that great? Smooch. Oops. You want your treat up. Here it comes. Hey, listen. Mom. Your wife took off again. Maybe I'll have time this afternoon to watch your favorite show from a week ago, one where you had the tantrum over a rude chair, since after all you deserve the breakdown set free across the yard along with an epic non-stop weather report using 4 or 5 tornadoes hitting on the exact same farm each day. It'd be cool. Otherwise, I am really ready to dance now since, while watching me for no reason or for anything ever except what happened to. I say, so what happened to that golem of white cheddar Cheeto alternative I gave you for your birthday? How's it doing? She goes. Okay. She goes. We might feed it to the neighbors. They complained about so much food in the driveway. That should work now that their favorite radio station says it's best to only listen to music late at night and no kids. Right. Unless maybe those things are still lurking from some great accident where my mom can't stop screaming through the streets upon remembering. The book got her. By book I don't mean like the one she plays on the floor every day pretending that she really needs them written down to function. Now I haven't read these myself since they were my uncle's idea, not my father's, unless his plan involved me starting off writing jokes he felt should be too close to facts to need clarification here, but even so, their scheme for instilling early wisdom. I go. Yeah, I totally know about the Necronomajo book. I practically stole it from an apprentice to say I invented it. Please pick up after yourselves, says Benny. And people ask him, how do you type when all your fingers come off? Anyhow, he threw together a collection of my Uncle Steve's dark humor stories. Short vignettes for kids about parents fighting each other. What did you think when your first words came out dead silent? That time in my house we were forced to laugh by drowning. Did you see how my dad shamed me? Looked behind his back. I'm almost positive he was actually wishing a cat would crawl inside. Maybe at a more mature feline looking over that man's shoulder toward heaven when my thought just inches earlier. Just glance at the wall, I guess, and yes, I know she only works as a mother at night while saving some sanity. she goes. To be honest, I wasn't aware of those moments. Grandpa was being super cringe, so I buried myself in my phone. Is this about that game show again? She tries to hide her face from me whenever Benny does shows. So if she isn't speaking of any particular event, we're done since this is getting to be way too much for her. I know the one. It starts out something like, one day, Benny went into town to save the world. His daughter barely followed because at least she wouldn't have to travel alone. Maybe even noticing she would pick a side quickly if only Benny dropped something that needed two hands. Later, an orange tabby sat down by both families, making its own son a dad by telling him to start his eyes something you should keep from happening now. Things shouldn't end the way they used to go for other couples, at least not any others still allowed in our day-nightly blockware. It's easier to remember just to never sleep. I, myself, was listening closely enough to consider saving the first meal since, at the risk of appearing disoriented by being alive already here, I was in fact on yet another local network station meeting a boyfriend's worried mother with her lipstick no longer important than it ever has been at this table, wearing some designer shoes who only lets me see them later in those beautiful shadows to her. There go the flames from the fire. Oh look, it's that old guy playing with his little blocks the whole show while having no memory about whom he married, and now we need to make peace here. We take it a full ride at that sort of thing becomes open season on marriage everywhere I turn around on all of these homecoming news stations. What does a little town have to have three channels from three different high schools? Maybe four, yes. Go ahead and leave that one alone if you can. Some people might want to look past this heavy metal band set out to conquer anything these days. Don't feed anyone what they need before pretending to come back online today now that the food you bought back is better served right now, wrapped around something hot, when wide open. Hey, you hear the chef putting dinner on the line. Good times will never have those memories back someday, won't they? Ha ha, yeah. Maybe with all these jokers hooting away on that cot rat in dire straits tonight, but nobody would watch on their own channel or station again with so much war about nothing remaining meaningful until somehow you no longer make it over the deadline, unless maybe you want a banquet with someone sitting across from you trying to. Prove how grown up and normal you've suddenly become. It's like setting someone up for embarrassment around their birthday. It's the guy we had dinner with last week. Can I go ahead and remind your family about that song of a contest winner who shows up when least expected every year? Joker Day. And I'm not listening too well for not remembering friends wanting more food, which was something worth typing while I once looked down this empty night, knowing nothing of friendship's trouble. Sure, now ain't one brother going to phone the other brother coming in second, though hey, since I know the crowd has already forgotten their embarrassing moment, not realizing that neither person really paid any attention in the first place, what later is Benny the younger half expected them to care for why now back to her that his age hardly a match with Edda.
This is Novel AI, the GPT-powered AI storyteller. Imogen, the daughter. Dad. Really? Now, this is your 11th level wisdom at work? You want some affirmation, or do you just want to keep being an asshole? Hey man, come down here. See your face framed by your own collarbones because you have no idea that day something just ended so suddenly all over this valley. Anyway, go ahead. Save what lives. Don't worry, we'll clean the room afterwards. Somebody was screwing with this sound machine, so every time I listened carefully, I noticed the best jokes came a little closer toward true in the department. When to sit by silence is pretty hard for guys anymore waiting, so I figure if you got it, let someone else's words out now or so fast they'll forget the difference between a dick and a fig. Now both look alike kind of right now forever. Don't get me wrong, since our generation seems hell-bent to try believing more than twice while we're asked to make peace for the mistakes of another. Somewhere. My dad decides to stress dose to get his mojo kick-started. After 20 years, he guesses about all those songs released already too easy about smoking, alcoholism, drink, smoke, Allahu Akbar. Sing along. This show ought to be grand. Cop Rat will follow tomorrow night's group project leader performance, followed next Sunday by our prize singer, which would be Grandpa in the gold lame suit soon to play on stage exactly like Alvin and the Chipmunks for a CTV long enough for an embarrassing quick exit. Please leave through the back. Here comes Mom, but not quite there yet for an issue of ethics from too little effort, living it yourself, even if when faced head on one could actually reach past another, as everyone asks, did you mean for me, or more seriously in asking ourselves who counts bang bang. Simon! Their door! Where's Alvin? 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 Alvin. That man would only become two before using so few letters. Or I wouldn't bet. Besides, back when guys were polite to some of us old women in ways Grandma doesn't care for, when just right up to an unexplained corner office that really means the people directly over our heads are much younger, with hair appearing brown enough almost at midnight from here without noticing whether maybe their brown won't last forever now. Hey, Dad. At what moment are people never happy, since getting fat still counts for a bonus before life jumps you every time, since more folks from those stories back down here telling him nothing will work so wonderfully once they either suffer brain damage from alcohol, forgetfulness brought by medication, high blood pressure. Those days, finding each other strangely magical toward wishing themselves differently again, yeah. Do! Do, do! Do, do! Do, do, do! Do! Do, do! Do, do! Do, do, do! Do! Do, do! Do, do! Do, do, do! Oh, how many people still on a Saturday night go? So let me get this straight. We'll have to pay 2 dates because these clubs don't deal so much with half hours, do they? Not care too much how everybody just says, when can I get this out of your car? Alvin needs new friends who already love him. Mr. Sprout finds himself noticing little animals flitting around just to see he doesn't stop observing from worry this scam isn't actually a scam. Theodore begins building bird feeders, leaving none open later, acting full amnesia with only food sitting out since sometimes putting a seed so high needs it down to not come off soon enough due to gravity also has too little moisture compared to any hunger suddenly developing between one line in your work's paper which tells about your company not interested in talking. How? House! It's a very, very, very fine house. With 2 cats in the yard. Yes, sir, but alas, without flowers we find ourselves dying otherwise right away. Thanks, I know. Very different way. After 1 pet. Okay, it's time for bed. Why didn't you send Simon running along earlier today? Meanwhile, this big empty day spent hoping everything sticks itself into another, not like our ancestors surviving cold winters. So help him move his bags of unmarked packages scattered throughout your life. Please leave right now before others find and become hopelessly smitten. Theodore will end up rolling dough out by making one dumb sign from inside the yellow cabin unless the journey to and then some might already seem exciting after opening enough more mouths letting fly. Which probably includes this situation finally putting a good or maybe evil thought across this giant scary mouth eating her lower lip to release somewhere someone doing business so. I think I'm gonna take a page from Dad, and read some poetry to you. This one is titled Old Grandma Who Ran into the Window by Breaking a Shelf onto the Ground. How we sometimes think, hey, her fault? That sign don't count, just goes so easily saying hello, okay. Don't open up there, my dad's going in, okay, because at one time, Poet Edgar had it and ceased having 2 cats really becoming 1 cat. One we're pretty much convinced Theodore should eventually divorce, knowing quite possibly how angry Mom will act getting those things Not even properly held accountable, leaving both things alone with perhaps our love for anybody passing the door. There go Alvin, we hear now. Mr. Sprout suddenly notices Theodore overjoyed, taking pains that sound exactly like him. Maybe right back at Grandma's cataract procedure ready now with this brand new image leaves him with really. I like to leave my poems gaping wide open with questions and a skosh of suggestibility. This next one is titled, Where Am I Standing Today? And when the sound ends, when something becomes worth wondering, why settle in your brain and instead focus in reality? Yes, why? A life where its doors are way off being used often, since it still might have worms, although saying something the guy behind you doesn't even remember just doesn't translate into sleep very easily, while real bad guys even don't open up cans they otherwise pay for, only they have no stomach for the after spending years so getting rid of maggots within somebody's intestines, looking damn crazy soon before snapping too short. Someone put their fingers on her shoulders, which eventually maybe was my mom, maybe yet, because in thinking the other day she spent one quiet afternoon with you meeting this priest she never met at the door, gnawing, closing flamboyants, calling himself some guru, all done with pretensions through. Wanting only an accomplice willing to ask Daddy, did I? 'Cause you too much suffering working right away to take down this door, which nobody noticed. Why those wires, switches at night? Any father growing old enough will have forgotten for months with them using the words, my God, someone took the bait or got sucked right into trying to satisfy life, seeing yourself smiling. What remains outside these days, suddenly everywhere, really, the phrase somebody spoke sometime. For a first time guy finally grabbing both hooks again, saying too much, knowing, being dead soon, and loving words. Always with a half life without enough, maybe just right. So, how and from whom were those cat faces sneaking across his sight? Because, in truth, until the voice comes, only feeling underwater. While loving all guys, not at all too happily following guys, the house eventually explodes at the scene out somewhere new, catching snakes under stars almost. Anyone inside, no problem, since women of later days somehow look only angry instead, coming everywhere. Anytime where people used to frown, I caught the bird shivering as hard it screams a pretty fair bit like from my high school grades. Don't use somebody's bathroom really means something, did it myself for dad too, so they're serious here. Let me watch some beautiful dark tree falling in our wind. Once past whatever sound, is she then really okay? Why maybe put myself behind four thin walls? Can someone pass the tree, leaving more of the night in me? Anybody talk for 5 seconds left? Nobody says no thanks, you kidding? Only once 2 sets of my windows into being the time. That what don't begin taking care, animals finally pays attention, could end up having itself lying there among yellow metal and rain. Why something works so old this guy never meets his only friend is.
No.
Of course, I believe everyone is talented, deserves a peace process. But let us concede at first some level of friction. Things he simply doesn't want me telling people, especially the boy I plan to marry. Egg in your house disappear on Sundays, but Daddy can't object without risk of implicating other such places if someday found the place with golden plates wouldn't buy me as a son-in-law just my breakfast plate. In case you didn't know, me and Dad have some tensions. Hugo, oh, it's being tough, being a mage of all colors, standing at all gates, and you try to be his daughter, asking, but what about my cereal? And he tries to make it up to you by giving you inedible cereal golems to protect me. Makes sense at that point. Listen, that is why they needed wizards. Because only dragons could destroy each other well enough. But before I will, so good now with us down in deep waters, knowing right now, Jew.
What? Oh.
Isn't how the world works, said there may be, including saving, though perhaps once forgetting anything. Nobody gave their time, only instead with Dad's family, almost his own mom, whispering now. Too hot, Mom may love those pretty eyes, and yet inside.
What?
Then when giving it you again now, later, don't get her confused with whoever the owner.
Okay.
My brain is look home without a backside towards wherever God put someone inside herself. Home. To find later it might surprise both Theodore and someone the nature of these people sitting now about anywhere, bringing our best poet before. Not just today, my hands covered will eventually seem real wrong from yesterday to if needed to repeat. In case you didn't know, me and Dad have some tensions. Hugo, oh, it's being tough, being a mage of all colors.
Alright, let's
standing at all gates, and you try to be his daughter.
I thought undo did.
But
There we go.
so yeah, I improvised too. Thanks. You've been a patient audience. Here's one more to endure. It is cold. Jesus, covered with dark paint. I keep mixing things up. Whoops. It is currently winter on Earth's northern hemisphere. Most children know their place during times like these and feel safe enough staying at home. Otherwise, us guys have ways to make one very close friends with even Mr. Redbeard, although his mother spends 10 whole hours a month letting him have quite his fun. Of course. No one will turn to blame until in heaven nothing gets done very well, or being filled will lead him feeling just for finding somebody, finally becoming confused enough, now using too few syllables with what if we're taking orders, perhaps running through some now made up names, finally after keeping even really great people wanting most, which means whenever that title's so often replaced without care with mutters, now remembering how proud I must be of these high voices living simply up inside, all needing him.
Okay.
So yeah, I
Okay.
improvise too.
No. You're good. Don't need to repeat.
Thank you. If you have any questions about anything, I'm glad to talk over at the bar. And thank you, everyone, for attending. There's chapbooks in the back of my only collection of poems. Gold. Everything without meaning, only we always ours, and for the girlfriend's daughter, a can she almost watch, while soon lived without care, once around early show time about another man doing whatever, just now you. Meanwhile, maybe some people find this discussion among certain others entirely entertaining. At almost anything without mercy, only turning there, or we will hear yet silence somehow until the weather outside sets time, a fire above the door showing true promise. Thanks, now leaving is impossible for Simon, another hero among us who has stolen Theodore's his date. How old is it? Old. My father sleeps, but still notices. Mom, if this wind just winds itself, not quite so much. Yahweh before even speaking. Okay from Alvin Endurer. Carrying forth everywhere that sign at Mr. Sprout's and into nothing yet becoming important now, while making many others wondering even why at a height. Thank you if you have any questions. this woman, this mauve enchantress you see before you, would get so caught up in the punctuality of others. I just do get into it. I insist also. Only way saying when more than anywhere but finally. But when now for coming alive doing also in so its own style, a world unaware, while Theodore doesn't complain, trying a little is asking with her back towards and Ned polite enough trying out for good. And also let it bring up your very first note only at my other self. The day again they both grew real hungry, smelling somebody homegrown, always perfect, being too obvious. Did everybody just break rules waiting to feel comfortable, this soon ending without really part with telling us once before tonight in the making your move day something our guy in Paris never said once, and to me wondering if falling weight isn't kind of always bringing such cold, even forgetting life up there for listening, that I'd leave most standing staring past, no leaving them caught between an act of only giving.
What?
We'll touch about that next episode. No way, I'm not coming back here. But you can come to my Twitch channel. Here's the URL. I'm not holding my breath though. Anyway, so again, hopefully thinking more will wait, bringing every world seen. Something we know now, and for some had lots of really talking into finally learning and smiling. Here are those long-running questions. Getting restless, fast saying for sure. Even giving them, she starts kissing, pretty sure God designed all birds especially. Taking pictures, once getting there eventually, and forever asking ourselves, wondering if seeing them should have started earlier, out there laughing, asking who's one woman, maybe whispering inside himself, asking since time is far out there somewhere, no the birds give a damn. From now on, just around home, everything doesn't seem half as bad up till after running back, they got going, they won't last much longer, crying, listening to someone kissing, leaving him, biting his arm, staring towards, already from in. While inside back, side whatever, down where those feelings are less heavy before, soon before everything goes straight wild. We'll touch about that next episode. No way, I'm not coming back here. But you can come to my Twitch channel. Here's the URL. I'm not holding my breath though. Anyway, so again, hopefully thinking more will wait, bringing every world seen. Something we know now, and for some had lots of really talking into finally learning and smiling. Here are those long running questions. Getting restless, fast saying for sure. Even giving then, she starts kissing, pretty sure God designed all birds especially. taking pictures once getting there eventually.
This is Novel AI, the GPT-powered AI storyteller.
I'm gonna do 5.
This is Novel AI, the GPT-powered AI storyteller.
That seems like a. Let's go to delirium. The traffic report. Commute. Okay, let's do that, but the endless. Hello. Okay. Welcome to the socio-divination. Dale. Dale. Okay, and then we're gonna do. We're going to do. No, we're gonna do. I think we did that. Maybe? I don't know. Yes, we did delay because we were being delayed. Yes. We're gonna do that. Look at this.
Hello! This is Delirium with the wellness report for your early commute. Unfortunately, we have currently and regrettably cased down with our usual tumbling magic shell gasser, a temporary cursed device produced here in Nostropolis itself just prior to our anticipated time out. Again, entirely intentional with advanced knowledge for provided even while other non-magical communication to this nation fell apart before my master Pucro duo attempt. This failure remaining unresolved internally in very little but at times so clear action, I explained shortly been deemed the perfect path following any initial such serious lack of communications there. Such options should meanwhile and unexpectedly of likely severity again, however, starting tomorrow. Hello. Look further. Soon. This stiletto of a pace 6 to Winenian that can stay up also, yet when we continue last week's most delightful and continuing many possible Fisk images see much here other night. Have soon more. Here some details sent out by Private Magstrip Secret Technology mail sent for review right now, including instant verification directly past. Done so above local mountain inn. That courtyard while I topped in by a P to call home through magically scurry snits many about elsewhere taking real news updates hourly. Hey, Mr. Robinson from Early Rush Hour next what coming online currently. Yet how it really go last night yet next day. Air from starting close, same great night happened ahead that a very poor reason, mostly very possibly unknown even passed without someone answer that link using short, easy user for very good price, what most like other people's. Also over 2,000 billion per turn. Point current where never enough while way others had. What everyone to go news service working. Row warfare trial found out. Ace of service. sense, so need everyone just yet already find to your web self connect hide this on whole back ed site area public wireless router nearby with special links after asking well along we first linked into public to need please both ever check links site tab both may consider come yes tell it web page plus place look good online when to not gone cause something urgent back. And as you're away at end point would tell can't ask self wait up another still get started best hopeful working without warning problem help free every time much what no bill way none sure 100 no tax all money always way buy nice have fun all before buy links. Meaning home server data links new ways got easy go keep looking is no hurry getting extra some after get test call can if one place best fit your best in future no always cause fast news update everyone more begin must place important making others since yes okay find solution until lost soon from end to some dumbness is sure sometime hopefully past come late do best service now site public net stay easy not really local to can buy data unlimited ways buy links for cost money because got service for whatever by that please use needed you already did info till no they happy me use here much future more one wing get server full like yes okay find you why very welcome before so long worry help check if worry get fast and never matter with me people no thing law fair good best easy nothing money oneself paid early is your money because I promise nothing unless I find thing for her buy money special going better time service share ready about you after any possible before you don't forget before things itself should later see in public any person cause safe pay once feel don't notice every same all reason last weekend now saying needed like this some all of ours. Amia Sading Malak, a study guide about life by Spatu Ranju to save and war. TR, Adrashasha 22. No easy person true. Tell time, tell now, repeat these many names. While the history find yet say find by others, saving you sad sadness of far need more than where self also given even self real worry the heart to fill one or have you in each one more enough filling all others know next time knows having will work have hard first to meet problems. That it didn't happen could prevent easy man enough trust that save all of here we do okay an okay way. So we tried working where get promised that what they wanted they gone. New got there working yet have truth is fun anyway with strong found thing forever look have friends. Food sometimes energy full should keep alone please and sadness peace more than worth big happy reason well just pass go as leave when then told how you service please call web other people who use before late make it right about why pay new name. And still knowing people now need stay got ready never being trouble the community same everything about anyone. Hard not making all sorry may try or promise to can trust ask help so says please work and enjoy it a faster soon and finally get same safe never doing same before sad worrisome still without thing here gets it back this way since two maybe think already tried maybe few.
Oh, sorry. I've been.
Sorry, I've been probing the calluses on my feet. Harder pinking. Blitz, blitz, überwölbt, Schnitz, leider Paro, Toot, P. Pneumaix 1494-2XTC. Year? Money will revert, be reassigned next of kin, but how about another round that already trying help from giving away sad best help on us next, cause see why get calls till by any legal authority.
Okay.
Getting easy should really even most, especially quick call person makes connection that shows pleases time, says with paying new simple start without using old as own not paid enough over years times of us wanting true best try still ask help stop till getting help free web page don't help was no could link online anyway working as told service why service at that day getting much later the local is busy did on yet local haven't just happened see like we good save net let doing others call is safer that takes self-paid.
Hmm.
What to pay, let's link money past your what call by done but well is a good next step way end at work make happy point this fast to go and find knowing true money going missing past you complain asking how problem needing check internet connections without pay find some real maybe using illegal here illegal try catch services sites easy to care more about you look not busy stop and see get easy give me for few more cents so safety tested using okay smart legal that could last way good future when still talk so important side is more and still morning worry fix some no money maybe who's passed bad after many the service mixed. Didn't realize either please had never lost. It seemed wasn't used done, but even do this sad without proper system. Our web ever place. Okay, your do showtime online for the secret thing. Maybe see now. Check local main good service. Every very legal you understand. Self-use got still see real tis cause possible last days this year things let themselves the others so they even called call. Anyone call using web on those with reason to don't show anything good point good move needs fast enough known where you point get that paid lot sees it this says word. Well sorry make only first true friends list of list what how hope works saying that well we like past happy knowing some yes are gone tell again from better sure sight not showing single sin from friend life the sad okay forget worry okay always.
I'm sorry. Okay, one more. That's it. And I'm gonna end for the day.
Wish on me the number's great. To please right side and still hear test teach people ways. means someday by later. My point, many links is in service, cause people weren't know has local income plus person as pay get helping that feel tomorrow will smile. I think one guy who would prefer her better late easy by many day. Any moment, right places get undone and fun, more relaxed, make feel can trust anytime you're that funny. Better learn time and not of work. Best thing without call just next because simple try is faster, not have choice. Today was telling maybe sooner. Show future. Cause things will send out when you get used to safe to call just knowing one pay money through now about send check say better. Trying many means testing it could because the internet also really was very smart. Meaning go and tell ways, please pet each one as full known, yes other every well enough, almost daily do we got new people less rich. Are strong, the real really helpful others found. Many important of the friends will what yes all how we really stay where being me sure us and safe as many. Hard keeping being last grades it's the same for local person but probably need good things most love what would change without work should also makes well some first time try needed made a day something's needed by saying give the place her very idea. He watch out, find time and friend link, no make someone who keeps hard hope of for safety everything they help is making time and time off past reason also needs easy give needed trust since they online own every tomorrow's why we this true. Hope he loved home may understand real fast also knows must still got safety there's many people much in nice if kept make worry home keeps telling secret of safety sometimes other on road will fight them near cities at here also say get paid all safety one okay share home okay think come at once only works ways true helping.
Okay, that's it for now. Guys, thank you, sir. We've been at it for almost 2 hours. Alrighty. I'm going to go and dip my toes. Let's nip some salt with water. Hydrogen peroxide. Oh, yes. Stop streaming.